let's go back to the text. Let's go to Mark 9:19. And this is after, again, he walks up on these folks arguing, his disciples included in there. He's just annoyed. And for years and years and years, when I heard this verse read, I'm like, okay, dang, he went off on the disciples. But like I'm looking at this, and it's not specific. It doesn't specifically say he turned to the disciples and said, "Oh, faithless generation, how long can I be with you? How long am I to bear with you? Bring him to me." It was a general statement, and it could have absolutely been targeted and pointed towards the disciples. But it says to me that everybody in the space that he walked up on, everybody there had a responsibility. For whatever reason, everybody had been exposed to some level of God's power, to some level of his grace. And so this conversation that nobody had enough of what they needed to get a very basic thing done. See, I know we've reserved deliverance practices to the person that's been saved 20 years. But anyone who believes on Jesus Christ can effectively minister deliverance. It is not something that we automatically have to go to the leader for or go to the deliverance team for. It's something we should be able to impact ourselves. But why can't we? It's a whole conversation of why we can't. And so he's frustrated as these people are talking to him. And he said, the man said, look, I brought this boy to your disciples and they couldn't get it done. So now I'm coming to you. And so I just want to insert a challenge here. It's not what my message is about. It's just a challenge. A lot of times when people are going directly to the leader, or they only want to talk to the one in charge, or they only want to speak to the person that's over the group and over the bunch, some of us label them as idolaters. We say that they just want FaceTime, they're rebellious, they don't want to submit to authority. Could it be that on at least one occasion, they tried to follow protocol? This is a challenge for me and my colleagues. They tried to follow protocol, they tried to get counseling, they tried to get advice. They said, you know what, I'm feeling a little weak today. Let me go to the person who's supposed to be over this. Could it be that one time or another, they came to the person that was supposed to help, and we couldn't, or we wouldn't, or we didn't, or we said we would follow up, but we wouldn't. So not all the time is somebody wanting to bother the head person in charge, but sometimes they feel like that's the only way I can get this done. That's the only way to get some resolve, because the people you left down here to do it, that are supposed to represent you, that are supposed to handle this, they're either mishandling me, they're probably treating me poorly, or they simply have no power. I want what I need. So the connectivity between what the head person in charge has and what the people at the bottom need, there's a gap there. And so we've got to stop mislabeling people as rebellious when we are faithless ourselves.